Hello, hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes, my friends. Very good. How are you today, guys? I know it's Friday. Are you happy?
Yes,
Yeah, more
teacher.
or less, my friends. Why is that? What's happening, guys? You don't have any plans, any parties for this Friday? Or maybe tomorrow? Oh, okay. So, yes, next week we start with the posadas, right? Okay. And is it in your plans, my friends, to break the piñata? Okay, well, it's acceptable. It's a good tradition we have here in Mexico. I hope that you can have the opportunity, guys, maybe to have or to attend to at least one posada for these days. Okay, guys? Okay. Now, children, I would like to apologize, but apparently right now, I don't know what I did with the conference this time, but apparently I need to confirm or admit all the people that enters to the class. So I am trying to do this manually because I don't know why this happened, okay? But well, I will be accepting everyone who joins to the class soon, my friends. And well, I hope I don't miss anyone. Okay, kids, so let's get started. But before we get started, guys, I have an announcement to make, okay? First of all, for this class, guys, remember that I told you that Celex one of these days was going to come to observe the class?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
my friends. Well, the good or bad news, my friends, is that they are not really coming to observe the class today. So the good news is that we don't have any observations, guys. But the bad news, guys, is that this time they asked me as a favor for me to record this conference because I need to send this class or today's class to Celex, and this is a requirement that many teachers, well, all of the teachers are doing this class, okay? So don't worry, today I will start recording the class on Zoom, guys, but it will be the only time I record the class. I don't usually record the class, but only this time I will do it, okay, my friends? Don't worry, it's only for academical reasons. It's not that I want to see you in video every day, okay? Well, let me start with the recording in here.
Recording in progress.
Oh my goodness, it also makes a sound. That's interesting. Okay, well, guys, let's get started. And well, before we get started and considering it's Friday, guys, I would like to give you this little reminder. I will not see you on Saturday and Sunday. So it's better that I tell you this starting now. And I need you to keep in mind that next week we are having our first exam, the midterm exam. Remember, the first exam usually takes place on class number 6. Today, Friday, we are on class number 4. So that represents that next Monday, we still have class, normal class in the normal time. But on Tuesday, guys, is class number 6. And on that class is going to be the midterm exam, okay? And well, this is not new for you, my friends. The time of the exam is the same as it has always been, from 7:30 in the evening until 9:30. So I think it's a good idea or a good recommendation, guys, that maybe you could try to study a little bit the topics that we were checking this weekend. So try not to watch too much Netflix or Disney Plus. Try not to go to many parties, or try to dedicate at least a little bit of time to review the topics that we are we have checked, and the topic we are going to check for today. Okay, my friends. So use your time well, my friends. And well, remember, in any case, I will see you normal on Monday. for us to finish with the contents of the first part of the course, okay? Do you have any questions related to the exam, people?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
No, teacher. Come on, my friends. Where is the energy? I told you yesterday. Where's the energy? I know it's Friday, but let's try to do the best. Well, guys, let's get started with today's topic. And well, I hope you have had the opportunity maybe to investigate or to remember a little bit about the questions for you to participate today. And well, guys, practically this makes evident what the topic for today is going to be. And well, let me go to the whiteboard, guys, so we can all start observing the whiteboard, all of the things that we need to check. And as usual, for whatever questions that you have, let me know, okay, my friends? Are you ready to begin?
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Okay, my friends. So everyone, you know the routine. Let's go to the whiteboard in here, my friends. And well, here I am. So boys, girls, can you see the whiteboard?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Perfect, my friends. Okay, so what's going to be today's class or today's topic, people? Well, as we were starting to discuss yesterday, today we are going to have a general review to the pronouns and in a specific, guys, we are having a look to many of the pronouns that you checked in different levels when you were in basic levels, like in basic 1, basic 2, basic 3, and I think that probably also in basic 4, okay? But well, what is the objective of checking this topic of the pronouns now on intermediate 2? The purpose in here, guys, is that we have many different pronouns, but they look very similar from one another. And this tends to cause a confusion or sometimes a lot of problems with the students because they don't really know sometimes which is the correct pronoun to use in specific parts of the sentence. And well, this is for us to accommodate every confusion or every misunderstanding you have about this topic and get you ready with the pronouns now here on intermediate, okay, my friends? And well, let's begin in here, my friends. Practically the types of pronouns that I have planned to check for today are the following. First of all, guys, I would like to start with the subject pronouns. And well, so my friends, let's begin with this one. Sorry, I made a little spelling mistake. Subject pronouns. Okay. Well, my friends, what's the situation in here? Do you remember about the subject pronouns, everyone?
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Okay, so tell me, what are the subject pronouns that exist in English? Okay, Dante, help me with this, my friend.
There are subject pronouns singular and plural.
Uh-huh.
I, you, he, she, and it.
Okay, plural. So we have I, you, he, she, and it.
Yes, plural. We, you, and they.
Okay, he, she, it. And for plurals, we have we, you. Where is the capital? Okay. And they. Okay, I think that maybe I can reduce this space a little bit so I can accommodate everything perfectly. Okay, my friends. So, yes, thanks a lot, Dante. This is what we have. These are the subject pronouns, guys. I, you, he. I was missing. What subject am I missing, my friends? Yes, right? I am missing subject she. Okay, the subject pronoun she. Very, very well, guys. Now, in this case, guys, what do you know about the subject pronouns? What is the function of the subject pronouns, my friends?
The function is replace the subject of a sentence or clause.
Okay, so the function is, Aline, to be what?
Is replace the subject of a sentence.
Okay, to replace the subject of a sentence. Anything else, my friend?
Or clause.
Or clause. Okay, okay. So to replace the subject of a sentence or clause. Remember that with clause, we are practically speaking of whatever idea, okay? So maybe the word is very technical, but well, Omar, do you remember something else, my friend?
I investigated that the uses are represent a subject or a person, I think, in a meaning of the sentence.
Okay, okay. Practically, well, yes, they represent a person, but not always or not necessarily only a person. They can represent, as Omar say, people, but they can also represent places. Possibly, it's also common that they also represent objects, and maybe the subject pronouns can tend to represent situations, okay? Okay, so it's a good participation with Omar. Well, he mentioned people, but keep in mind it's not exclusively for people, but also to replace or to represent places, objects, and situations as well, okay? Okay, thanks a lot, Omar. So tell me something, guys. Is there anything else that it's important to mention about the subject pronouns? Okay, Dante, apparently Dante wants to say something.
Who executes the action?
Excellent. And well, practically, that's the relevance of the subject. Exactly what our classmate Dante is just mentioning. So practically the real function, okay, so they can replace, they can represent different things, but well, the function of the subject in a sentence is that we use the subject pronouns to represent who or what, because remember, it could be a person or it could be a place or an object or a situation. So could be a who or could be a what. And the important part, and maybe I'm using the word of Dante, is the one that executes the action of the sentence. In other words, the subject pronouns are those who or what is people, places, object, or situations that execute the action of the sentence or that execute the verb on my sentence. Okay, my friends? Okay. And well, obviously, yes, as you mentioned at the very beginning, guys, we have the alternative to sometimes replace directly the name of the person or the place or the object with a subject pronoun to make the sentence shorter and more economical and faster to speak, okay? So I know that this is not new for you, my friends, but just for you to keep this in mind, because obviously this is going to be important. If I say Aline plays soccer every Saturday, okay. So what do we know? Okay, Aline practically is in here the subject of the sentence, right? But maybe it's not always relevant or not really important for me to mention the name of the person. What can I do? Replace it with a subject pronoun that adapts to the person, the object, place, etc. Okay? So I can also say she plays soccer every Saturday. And what do we have in here? Okay, so we are technically, guys, replacing Aline. I think it's very short. With the subject pronoun she, okay? And well, in both sentences, because they are practically the same, Aline is the person that plays, or she is the person that plays. In other words, the person that executes the verb of the sentence. Any problems in here?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
No, teacher. Come on, guys. You sound so depressing this time. Okay. Well, what other pronouns do we have, my friends? Remember that a part of the subject pronouns, we also have the object pronouns, okay? And well, my friends, tell me, do you remember which are the object pronouns that exist in English? For example, Willie, who is raising his hand?
Me.
Okay, so we have the object pronoun me. What other?
You.
You, of course.
Him,
Her.
Okay,
him,
him first, and then we have
her,
her. In the case of it,
It.
it. Well, it doesn't really change in that case. The object pronoun for we,
us,
Us.
us,
us.
Us.
As an object
Us.
pronoun, we use us. In the case of you in plural,
them,
continues with you, and for they,
them,
them. Okay, very good, my friends. And well, practically in this case, remember, before I really start with the object pronouns, I try to use or to type the equivalent in object pronoun for every subject pronoun in a specific, okay, guys? So I think that you cannot get very confused with this, but just in case, I'm using arrows to avoid any possible confusions. Okay. Any questions in here for the moment, guys?
No, teacher.
no
teacher.
Okay. Well, guys. So this is what we have, the object pronouns. But now, in a similar way as we just did with the subject pronouns, what is the function of the object pronouns in a sentence, my friends? Does anybody know?
Object pronouns are those pronouns that receive the action in sentences.
Excellent, Willie. Yes, of course. And I think that you just hit the nail. You mentioned perfectly what the function of the object pronouns is. So practically speaking, just as Williams mentioned, everyone, the object pronouns are like the opposite part of the subject pronouns. Remember that these ones are the words that we use to express, one more time, who or what, because we can also refer to people, places, objects, situations in singular or plural. And just as William said, receives the action of the sentence, or practically receives what happens with the verb of the sentence, okay, my friends? So practically we have two opposites. The subject pronouns execute the action, the object pronouns receive the action. So we have givers and receivers. Any problems in here, my friends?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
No? Okay. Now, is there anything else that we should mention about the object pronouns, my friends? Omar, because I see that you raised your hand, my friend.
Es que se quedó así desde hace rato.
Oh my goodness, I thought that you wanted to participate, my
Teacher,
friend.
I have a question.
Okay, tell me, what's your question, Omar?
The use of the object pronouns is similar as the reflexive pronouns?
No, it's going to be different, okay? And well, give me a moment. Yes, we will check that part to check what's the difference with these object pronouns and the reflexive pronouns. The reflexive pronouns have a different uses, but totally different from the object pronouns, okay? So for the moment, just keep in mind, object pronouns, reflexive pronouns, total different things. Yes, Omar?
Yes, teacher, yes.
Okay, my friends. And well, similar, let's go back to the object pronouns. And similar to the subject pronouns, guys, we can also use them to avoid or to prevent mentioning, mentioning, yes, it was mentioning. Okay, yes. To avoid mentioning the direct name of the person, place, object, or even situation that receives the action, we use these ones, okay? We use these object pronouns. So what do we have in here, guys? Let's take this step a little bit further. Imagine that I now give you the following example, people, and I tell you, Omar, I don't know, spoke to Katia about the final project. Okay, my friends, very quick in here. On this sentence, please, my friends, tell me, who is the subject of the sentence?
Omar.
Omar is the subject of the sentence. Omar is the person that speaks, or well, in this case, spoke. And well, Omar is practically the executor of the verb. And in this sentence, my friends, who is the object of the sentence?
Katia.
Okay, very good. So Katia is the person that receives the action of the verb. Okay, so possibly yes, maybe I can use the direct name, Omar, Katia, etc. But maybe I can avoid doing this, and instead of that, make a substitution with a subject or an object pronoun, okay? So considering that we have this sentence, my friends, how can you reformulate that example using subject and object pronouns? Can you help me?
Yes.
Omar, but can we substitute Omar with a subject pronoun?
He.
With he, okay. And next,
Spoke.
he spoke
To her.
To her.
to her. Okay. About,
The final project.
well, yes, maybe we can say about the final project for us to make it simple, okay? Simple, as you can observe, is exactly the same sentence. We are saying exactly the same, guys, with the only difference that maybe we are trying to make the information a little bit shorter, economical, and well, faster for us to transmit to other people. And well, we have Omar as a subject, him, and Katia, this time, as an object, her, okay? Any problems with the object pronouns, my friends?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
Okay. Easy or difficult, my friends?
Easy.
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 Easy. Okay, so maybe this doesn't really cause a lot of problems in here, but maybe the next part that we need to check is probably the continue, which leads me to the question, guys. Can I erase all the part of the subject pronouns so I can continue?
Yes, teacher.
Yes or no?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Come on, people, I know it's Friday, but give me the best of your energies. Okay, so let me raise. Okay, I think that with this, everything was clear, guys. And well, for the moment, in case that you are still taking notes about the object pronouns, I'm going to maintain that over there. Let's move on to the next part, guys. Now, what is going to be the next part, my friends? Now, I would like us to have a look to these two other type of words. I think I'm going to need more space. Okay, we have the possessive pronouns, guys. But attention, in this case, guys, we have other similar words that sometimes tend to be confusing because they look similar. And practically, they also have a similar function, guys. The problem is that this time, we are not really speaking of the possessive pronouns or pronouns. We are, on the contrary now, speaking of adjectives, which are this time the possessive adjectives. And well, guys, maybe possessive adjectives are not pronouns, but I think it's important to check this because they have similarities and there are also differences between the possessive pronouns and the possessive adjectives, okay? For me to see that there are no confusions, my friends, let me check. Do you remember about the possessive pronouns, everyone? Or no?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
Or do you remember the possessive adjectives?
Yes.
Possessive pronouns, yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
My,
Okay, my,
yes.
Me.
okay, my is a possessive pronoun or a possessive adjective?
Possessive adjective.
Possessive
Pronoun.
adjective.
Possessive adjective.
Pronoun.
Okay. So let's maybe start with these ones because I think that you are more familiar with the possessive adjectives. So let's start maybe first in here. Out of the possessive adjectives, guys, we have my. What other possessive adjectives do you remember?
Your,
His.
Your, for example.
his,
Okay.
His.
her,
Hers.
Her,
Okay. Hair. For the moment, as possessive adjective, hair.
It.
It's. Okay.
Theirs.
their,
Ours.
Okay. Well, yes. Our and their, right? Okay. Remember that for you in singular or plural, the possessive adjective is the same. But well, in the case of the others of possessive adjective for we, our. Possessive adjective for they, their. Okay? And well, my friends, I think that maybe you remember very well these ones. Let's confirm in a moment. But maybe for me to check perfectly and start checking possible confusions, before I check in specific the possessive adjectives, let's have a quick look to the possessive pronouns. And well, apparently you don't remember very well the possessive pronouns. Or yes, my friends?
No, teacher.
No, my friends?
Mine.
Mine.
Mine. Okay.
Yours.
Yours.
His.
His. Well, in this case, it looks similar.
Hers.
Hers.
It.
It's practically, okay? We can also use it the same, but it's not common. We will check that in a moment. Okay, what others?
Ours.
Ours.
Theirs.
Theirs.
Your for plural and theirs. Okay, kids. So this is what we have, everybody. Well, what can we observe, my friends? As you can observe, the possessive pronouns and the possessive adjectives, maybe the first thing is that they look very similar, right? Maybe with a little modification in some words, like it's the case of mine or my. Or like the case of yours, in which we add a letter S, or as a possessive adjective with no S, your. However, we also have ones that are practically the same. His as a possessive pronoun, his as a possessive adjective. Hers, also now with an S as a possessive pronoun, and her as a possessive adjective. And well, practically they look similar because maybe the only thing that really changes is that we put an S to the pronouns and no S with the adjectives, okay? So visually speaking, that's a similarity, and that S could be the difference in a visual situation, okay? But okay, first of all, my friends, now let's go to the specific parts. And well, I would like maybe to begin first with the possessive adjectives, okay? What do you remember about the possessive adjectives, my friends? In what situations do we use these adjectives, or what is their function? Anyone remembers? No, my friends, no one remembers?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to send you back to basic 3, my friends. How is this possible? I know it's Friday, guys, but come on, possessive adjectives, no? Well,
Possessive
don't worry.
adjectives is always followed by a noun. For example, my brother, your phone, his dog.
Excellent. Okay, so that is a very good piece of information. So I think that maybe, yes, we can use that part for us to start explaining the possessive adjective, right? First of all, guys, well, I would like maybe to start with the one that your classmate mentioned. And well, the possessive adjectives are used together with a noun next to the possessive adjective. And well, what happens in here, my friends? Remember that with a noun in a possessive adjectives, practically as the name is suggesting, my friends, they speak about the possession, or in a synonym word, the belonging of, could be a person, place, object, etc. Okay? Which practically, when I refer to the person, the object, the place, etc., guys, this is what your classmate was trying to mention here. The noun, okay? When we speak about the noun, it's because we are speaking of the person, the place, or the object that we possess. Okay, my friends? So it's very important, guys, that every time that we use possessive adjectives, the next word that we mention is a person, a place, or an object, okay? For example, Raul ate his hamburger. Okay, my friends, so what are we observing? Okay, we have that Raul is a subject, him, and I want to speak of the possessions of Raul. So the correct one I need to speak of possession is his. And as you can observe, my friends, the next thing that I use after the possessive adjective is, well, at least in this sentence, my friends, an object, okay? His hamburger. Any questions in here?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I helped my brother with his homework. Okay. One more time. Okay, what am I doing? I'm indicating the possession of I. Okay, so in this case, the noun that I'm mentioning in here, well, this time it's referring to a person. Okay, my friends? And well, this is practically a rule with the possessive adjectives. Every time that you use one of these possessive adjectives, everyone, always remember that it's fundamental to mention the object, the person, or the place of possession next. All clear in here for everyone, my friends?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Well, my friends, the 40 minutes of Zoom are about to finish, so I need to close this conference and send you another link for us to continue.
No.
Okay. So, my friends, I'm repeating it very quick only here on the whiteboard because it's important for us to have this information so we don't get confused with the possessive pronouns that we still need to check. Okay, so as we just mentioned, guys, okay. These are the possessive adjectives. Okay, this is what we use, guys. Okay, so remember that the important thing for you to remember in here is that you need always to remember to indicate the object of possession next to or in another similar word after the possessive adjective, okay? And well, let's now get into the part of the possessive pronouns. What's the situation with the possessive pronouns? Okay, as you just helped me a moment ago, guys, well, this is what we have with the possessive pronouns. Mine, yours, well, his stays the same, hers. It's that we don't really use ours and theirs. Okay, my friends. Now, attention in here. Well, just in case, my friends, does anyone have any idea of what is the function of the possessive pronouns, my friends?
Yes, teacher.
Yes?
I think.
Okay, give me your idea. Let's see.
The uses for the possessive pronouns is for respond at the question, who is it?
Okay, not what I expected, but at some point it's true, okay? So we usually use them to respond questions about the belonging or about the possession of something, a person, a place, an object, etc. Okay. Okay, Vanessa, were you going to say something, Vanessa?
Yes, I think it's for replace the possessive adjectives and the nouns.
Not really that they replace the nouns always, but practically there is a true part in what you mentioned, okay? They have the same function as the possessive adjectives, and well, similar as the possessive adjectives, the possessive pronouns are practically for the same, to indicate the possession of something, okay? The possession of a person, place, subject, etc., etc. But
a
well,
possessive pronoun is used without a noun.
Exactly, and this excellent idea, participation and idea, Alice, and that is what makes the difference. Even if they have the same function, letter team, remember exactly as Alicia mentioned. Okay, Alice, ya se me olvidó. Can you repeat it?
Yes, teacher.
Sorry.
But possessive pronouns is used without a noun.
Exactly. So we use the possessive pronouns without a noun. So practically in here, why do we use them without a noun? Attention. This happens because the nouns or this noun or this object of possession is mentioned previous to the pronoun or pronouns. Okay. So what happens? Contrary to what I do with the possessive adjectives, in which it's the possessive adjective and then the noun, in the case of the possessive pronouns, it's the opposite. We have the possessive pronoun, but the noun needs to be before. Okay? For example, that is my book. First of all, okay, let's start maybe with the simple thing, because maybe with this, we can eliminate any possible confusions. What am I doing in here, guys? Okay, first, I'm not using a possessive pronoun. What I am using is a possessive adjective. And as we checked in possessive adjectives, remember that is a rule of thumb, guys, that yes or yes, I need to indicate the noun. Remember, the noun is the object of possession, my friends, next to the adjective, okay? But maybe I can also do the same or say exactly the same using a possessive pronoun. But the difference in here is that the noun or the object of possession is mentioned first, and at the end, I use the pronoun. For example, I can say, that book is mine. The sentence, what's the difference? There is no difference, okay? Practically the two sentences represent exactly the same, okay? This is only another way, another alternative to express the same, but by making use of the possessive pronouns. And this time, as you can observe, my friends, the noun or the object of possession is mentioned previous or is mentioned before the noun. That is practically for the same, but we express it in a different form, okay? So, my friends, it's practically as we say here in Mexico. Es la misma burra pero revolcada. Okay, guys? The only thing you need to know for you not to confuse one and the other, they have the same function, but pay attention on how I correctly use what are possessive adjectives versus possessive pronouns. Okay, my friends? Any problems in this part?
No, teacher.
No, teacher, no problem.
Okay, easy or difficult?
Easy.
Easy, teacher.
Piece of cake? Okay, so you are ready for the